Wait for real. Shut the
Why
fuck
the
up,
fuck
Craig.
are there Crocs in Bandori?
Okay, so this is like ow. This is this is a recent like event. Basically, there's this character Yukina who is very famous for having terrible fashion, right? And
Mhm.
so in one of the cards that she's in, or not she's in, but like her feet are in, she's wearing Crocs, right? And there was a battle fought that hey, maybe it's acceptable because she's in a boat and the original purpose of Crocs was to make sure your feet don't get wet, right?
Ah.
Wait a
And then
minute.
there's other people who are like, okay, but it's still fucking ugly, right?
Yeah. I'm one of those people.
Yeah,
Purpose
I'm
was to make
agreeing.
your feet not get wet. Why do they have holes?
But I do find it
Just wear
amazing
sandals,
that
bro.
people dug up the like purpose of Crocs to try and like back up the girl here.
They brushed off the ancient tomes from 2010.
Yeah.
Like, why
To
are
be
these
fair,
made?
Yukina is not usually like dressed badly. Her cards are actually like they're really nice, but it's like a character thing where that she dresses badly, right?
Well, there's a
It's
first for
that
everything.
weird thing where it's like you don't see it in the anime or in the game stories, but the characters talk about it as if it's true, right? So
I
you just
just
have
see
to like
Yukina on stage now in a fucking Roselia concert with those super, like, elegant black outfits wearing, like, a pair of purple Crocs.
Oh
hell
God.
yeah.
I need that commission now. Alright, we starting now, or what's the plan?
Fallen, you want to start us?
All right, I'll start right now. You mean? I have no idea. Okay. Welcome back to the podcast. Yes, I am Fallen,
I'm Dias.
I'm Lid.
I'm Supreme.
And
And
I'm
today-
Lilium.
yeah, today
Our
we have a
esteemed
special
guest
guest.
this week.
Yeah, his name is Lilium. Would you like to introduce yourself a bit before we continue on?
So Lilium, tell us, what do you write? What do you do? Who are you? Why are you
Oh
here?
my God.
Get
Are
out
we
of
the
my house.
government? Oh shit. Yeah, I gotta run.
Yeah,
shit.
everything is my house now, bitch.
Stick him up.
Dear
Tell us
God.
your fan fiction prowess.
Dias is just asserting his dominance here.
He does that a lot.
No kidding.
If you've listened to episodes 1 through 8, that's basically a shtick at this point.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh no.
After School
Oh, fuck.
Writers, episode 1 through 8. Dias bosses everybody around and they just kind of follow.
Well, okay,
Honestly,
we'll
yeah.
dive into that in a second, but would you like to tell us a bit about yourself before then?
Sure. I am Lilium, the Yuri goddess of all things Yuri. I don't sound like it, but I swear I am. Don't question me or I'll smite you.
He has a crown and everything.
Oh, I have
Nice.
like angel wings.
Nice.
Nice.
As the elaborate title suggests, I write a lot of Yuri. Exclusively Yuri. If you catch
Everything
me
else
writing,
gets banned.
if you catch me writing a straight pairing, please go back in time and ask me what the hell is wrong with me.
I'll
I
just
must have
remove
made
you
some
from
sort of
AO3.
mistake. Do not write a
Cool,
bad review
cool.
on it.
Like in general, what do you write? I know you write some Love Live.
I do write Love Live. I write a lot of Love Live. And I also write Kill la Kill, Monster Musume, and a lot of original stuff, actually.
Monster Musume. That's that's an interesting one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really write a lot of canon stuff.
Is that fandom still going strong actually?
I have no idea. I just kind of write because I like the series and I absolutely love just the general universe that the
You love
series
to
has.
see it, the kind of man who writes for himself.
Yeah,
Slow
pretty
clap.
much.
Nice.
I write Love Live for everybody else. I write that for me. Same with Kill la Kill.
That one's not
Nice.
for me.
That's respectable right there.
And so
Same
you
with
said
Kill
you
la
write
Kill.
original? What's that
I
like?
do. Not bad. Difficult to get people to actually read it because I find there's not much of a market out there for original fics. At least not on
Yeah.
AO3.
You have to be like you have to either do something super niche or you have to be like Byron or Werewolf or someone with an audience.
Has Byron written anything original?
No, Werewolf
Oh,
has.
okay.
Do you know Werewolf?
I've heard the name. That's basically all I know
Bandori
about
slash
it.
Love Live writer.
Oh, any
I think we read
famous?
one of their fics for a
Yeah,
podcast
the Yule with
at one point, right?
glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has this
Uh-huh.
like interesting series where it's like a witch isekais into a fantasy world, sort of thing. Or no, it's a magical girl. Magical girl isekais into a fantasy world.
That's kind of cool.
I read like one chapter of it. It's got like 30 chapters, so
Damn.
I can't like say I recommend it or anything, but I know the author is very good. So hey, check
I
out
respect the
Werewolf.
hustle at least, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Props to them. Original stuff is difficult.
Okay, so let's get into this. We have this time we're gonna do a section. I don't have a good name for it, but basically we're gonna rate a bunch of girls that you all have never seen before. Ooh. I
What?
asked
And you'll
everyone.
never see because this is an audio podcast.
This is very true. I'm gonna
Yeah.
post pictures on the Discord, but yeah, we're gonna try and have to describe the girls a little bit. So the idea is pretty simple. I asked everyone to bring two girls. Some of us might only bring one. You know what? That's okay. We roll with it. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about the girl, and then everyone who's listening, not sorry, like everyone inside the call on the podcast is gonna rate the girl out of 10 based on how much they think they would like the girl. Just like I think it'd be kind of fun to interact in like a sort of new sort of way with these girls. So I'm gonna go first. My character, the first one, anyways. And by the way, we're gonna go like down the list. It's gonna be like me, then Vaughn, then Lilium, and then like
Should
we'll
we
rotate back around.
also well, we'll overlay these pics in the YouTube vid as well, but should we ask like, or should we like describe part of like the show they're from or like the media they're from as well, or like
I'm down for that.
how do
Yeah.
you feel about that?
However you feel like you want to sell this girl, you know,
Okay. Because I've been watching a show recently and I kind of want to ramble about it at least a little bit. So,
got it.
and you said we can do games as well too,
we
right?
can we can do games. We can do anime. We can do Teen Titans, specifically
Oh my God.
Starfire. Just if
I'm going
any of you wanted
to
to talk about Starfire.
I'm going to pick the most cursed thing I can possibly think of now.
Dear God.
Okay, so I'm going first. My first character is Karen Kino from uh technically from what is it? Kaguya-sama Love is War, I think is the full thing.
Oh. Yeah, that
But
is the
she
full name.
also she has a so Kaguya-sama, if you don't know, has a spin-off manga called We Want to Talk About Kaguya. And basically what it is this girl and her partner who are members of the mass media club, right? In the main show, they show for like half, like a minute. They're very, very minor characters, right? But this girl, when she's like on her own, is fucking fantastic because she is a doujin artist. Her
Nice.
Oh,
The
wow.
reason she joins the mass media club is so she can get pictures of Shirogane and Kaguya. So in the main show, Shirogane is the tall blonde dude, and Kaguya is the black haired one who the show is titled after, right?
Yeah, they're
And the
like the
whole show
main
is
ship
about
of that show.
yeah the whole show is about them like will they won't they sort of rom com getting together, right? In the spin off, it's essentially like the mass media club following these two around and like they don't see the meat and potatoes of what's happening to their relationship, but they speculate a lot. And this girl is like the best in this show, or in this spin-off, because like the whole time she's like drawing dojins based on what she imagines. She's like talking to other people. She's freaking people out with like her own theories about what's happening. Right there are moments where like she gets like the what's happening right, and then people will be like, "No, that's stupid. Kaguya is way too dignified to do something like that." It's a riot, dude. Like if you
This
think
sounds like the brilliant writing that show actually, like the main show, has as well, honestly.
I'm gonna tell you what, I think it's way better than the actual show, but you need to watch the actual show first for its like brilliance to be understood.
Yeah,
It is
because you
so
otherwise the two
funny.
main characters wouldn't make sense, right? Like her being attached to Kaguya and the male protagonist wouldn't make sense, right?
Yeah. Like I think like if you ship the main pairing, you're gonna like it a lot more. But in general, like I think it's just like such a clever sort of side story to tell, right? And the clever
Hmm.
like lens to tell it through. Uh,
So you're saying the Chica stands are crying right now?
the Chica stands are maulding. They have like
Is
a
she
knife
in
in
the
the back of
show?
their. She is there for like 2 scenes.
Absolutely tragic.
Absolutely tragic, but read the spin-off. It's super good.
Okay, I
Do
love
you
it.
all have like any other questions about this character?
Is she like a serious type of character? Like, or is she?
No.
How is
She
she?
like the mass media club is basically these two incompetent reporters who rather than write about what's happening, write about what they think is happening. So like her delusions feed into a lot of why like this club is not very successful.
Okay. I was
I
gonna
like
say
it.
if she's serious, it's like what Rico should have been.
Oh yeah.
Oh, do you mean like serious as in like oh she seriously thinks they are together or
No, I mean more like how she carries herself. Like is she like pride and dignified, or is she
no.
kind of more just like fun?
She's like Hanamaru-esque.
Okay, okay,
She's like she's got a little bit of goof to her, if that makes sense. But like she's not like too far with it. And
I
like
can
she
okay.
kind of
gets
picture
carried
it.
away
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
that sort of Hanamaru way.
She has like a head on her shoulders at least.
Yeah,
Okay, cute.
head on her shoulders, but she gets carried away. So
Okay, okay.
let's go down the line. How likely would you all how likely are you all do you think you would be to like this character?
Around a 5.5 to 6.
Okay, Fallen gives it a 5.5. Lilium.
I'm gonna say like a 7.5. This seems like someone who basically started her own fan fiction club and is writing what is effectively real person fics about this couple she ships. It's amazing.
Oh,
Yeah, kinda.
dude. It really is. Like the manga makes it a point to be like, yeah, that those are real people. That's weird.
Yeah, like I would totally want to follow this character and see what kind of wacky crap she decides to write about this.
All right, we got a 7.25 then.
Oh my god, I hate that number.
I said 7 to 7.5, not
Yeah, it's a
7.25.
7.25.
Awful.
We are not overlaying that on the video. Fuck that. It's going to 7.
7.25.
I'd give her like maybe 7.5 to 8. Honestly, she
Okay,
seems
so
fun.
7.75 now.
Damn it, Dias.
Pain. Yeah, I would say probably around Lid's number. Like and especially when you said she's kind of like Hanamaru. Like if she was serious, I think I'd like her a little bit less, but I could go with
Yeah.
like an 8.
We got finally one good number.
And I'm attached. Like I like Kaguya-sama a lot. I still need to watch season 2. I've been waiting for I was waiting
Oh,
for it to stop
dude,
airing.
it's a banger. I've only watched like a little bit, but I read the manga for it, and it's really good.
Yeah, the comedy writing in that show is fucking hilarious. It's
It,
kind of like sketch comedy in anime. It's really funny.
mm. All right, Fallen.
Oh, okay, so we're going like one by one. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
probably. And then when we get to mine,
Lindsay?
we'll see what we're at recording wise, and then we can.
All right. So as I was saying before, there are like 3 female protagonists in a harem anime. In this harem anime, so one's a M18 doujin writer and one's a one's a M18 doujin artist and another one's a writer. So basically, I like this girl because she is not special in any way. She's a boring person, but she's the one that stands out the most from all the people because she's not normal. She's not the she's not the kind of special person that you like think that she does something or what. It's just that she's a normal person, I guess. But I think I also like her voice and her appearance. And her personality is like kind of like one of my favorite characters from other animes, which is like caring for other people first before herself. So that's the kind of like girl that I like. I guess.
I was gonna say the way you're describing her, she kind of sounds like Katori a little bit. Like she doesn't have anything overly exciting about her. She's just cute and like a very caring person.
I mean,
Yeah.
Katori's
She doesn't
hot,
really have
right?
like she doesn't have anything like special for her. I already told you like she has a boring personality. Task, the name is called Sick. I
Alright.
know how to raise a boring girlfriend.
Let me
Yeah.
tell you, this is like the critical factor as to whether or not I enjoy a character. Do they poke fun at her boobs? Because they seem like really big in this
No.
arc.
It's not really about the size of the bus, I ain't caring about that shit,
It's not about the size, it's about the buoyancy.
The buoyancy?
No. Don't make me up.
How does it look when she's going down the stairs? That's what matters.
I ain't a pervert, man. No. That ain't.
You're right, I'm sorry. The only thing that matters is whether or not they have both livers.
Get out of here, man.
Do they have 2 kidneys? I need to know.
Oh fuck, yeah.
That makes or breaks characters for me. Don't ask why.
No,
But I want to ask why not.
Stop.
Alright.
Right,
I'm
that's
gonna
my
give
description.
her I'll give her an 8.
I like it. Any reason for that, Dias?
I don't know, she seems cute. I don't like generally with characters, I tend to like him more than I dislike him, right?
That's fair play. I respect you for going in with a positive mindset on that.
Yeah.
I would say. Wait, it's not my turn to go. Sorry, fuck.
It's not your turn. Bow to your god, damn it.
Oh god.
All right.
Probably gonna give her
That's weird.
like.
Daya's not in the room.
Oh.
I would never bow to Daya.
Oh god.
Yeah, no, she would do
Okay.
horrible things if I bowed to
Oh
Daya.
fuck.
She would probably execute me, let's be honest.
Yeah, more than likely.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's your ranking?
Probably like a 6.5. She is adorable. But that's basically all I know.
I hate
I mean,
6.5.
cute.
I'm gonna write 6.25. I'm gonna tell you right now.
How is that
But
more
This is gonna be
confusing
my
than six
thing
and a half?
throughout the whole thing.
If you say
0.25s.
6.5, I'm gonna write 6.25. That's just how we're doing this.
Okay, this is just gonna be the running theme then. I'm gonna give you some weird fractions. By the end of this, my final ranking is gonna be like
Hey, don't
It's like a
worry. I'll bust
fraction.
out
So
the
you're
signs.
gonna
I'll
give us,
bust
like,
out the
6.
freaking. You need a log in there. I'll put a log in there.
yeah. It's gonna be like my final ranking is 7 and 42 627ths, and that's
His
it.
final ranking is going to be like 8 to the power of 3 or something.
Well, I can do that math.
That's just 256.
Okay.
All right, Lid.
Quick question for Fallen. The girl, is she a quiet type or more energetic type?
Quiet type.
Okay, I'd probably give her like 5, honestly. Maybe 6 on a good day.
Okay.
Damn.
5.5. Good to know.
Damn.
Damn.
I also have a question. What's her screen time like?
She's the main person, so yeah, a lot. Every episode, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Okay. Because yeah, I was gonna say characters like this, if they don't get a lot of screen time, I feel me liking them a lot less because it feels like they do a lot less. But if she has a lot of screen time, I could easily see her being like a 7, maybe 7.5.
Oh.
No, fuck 0.5. I'm going with 7.
Okay. I
Damn.
just realized I should probably type the names, which is gonna be a pain. Anyways, Lilium.
Anyways. Oh, my turn. Okay, this is not from an anime, but from a game.
Oh, I'm gonna dislike it quite bad. Come on, put it down.
Damn, letting the biases show.
No kidding. This adorable girl is Hanako Ikezawa from Katawa Shoujo, or Disability Girls. She
Write that
is
down in the
very
comment.
We all talk about this girl before?
I know a couple
I'm
people
pretty
have. Does
sure
everybody?
we've talked about this in IFL at least 3 or 4 times.
I know you've mentioned it like once, but have you talked about it more than once?
We were like, oh, this is the route we go on, and oh yeah, here's the endings, and anyways, go for it.
Must have missed that. I can remove her if you want.
Dude, you've already committed. You can't back out now.
I'd never heard of her
Don't be
anyway.
a coward.
This is Hanako, not to be confused with Hanayo. She doesn't particularly like rice. Well, maybe she
Oh,
does. I don't know.
we should put the series as well.
Not too sure what you said. You were very quiet there.
We should put the series as well when we're writing it out.
Apparently, I missed whatever massive conversation you had about this girl. But I mean, hey, she's still here. She's adorable. She's kind of your typical shy character, but with a bit of a twist. She's really anxious around a lot of people, including the main character, because people, for some reason, don't really treat her right. People are dicks. It takes a lot for... I mean, come on, how could you be mean to this? She's adorable.
Well, you should explain her gimmick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Her gimmick, the entire gimmick about the whole game is that the different girls that you can romance have certain disabilities. The whole school is about that. And hers is she was caught in a bad house fire when she was really young. And the entire half of her body is pretty badly burned. As I said, people are dicks, and they made fun of her for it quite a bit. And she's gotten really, really insecure to the point where she's basically afraid of everybody. She's got one best friend named Lily, kind of close to me, who's blind, and she really likes her because, I mean, she can't see her, and she supports her all the way. But anyways, Hanako. She's adorable, she's shy, she takes a lot to actually get close to and open up to you. But when she does, she's actually really sweet. What I really like about her is she, even though she's really shy, she doesn't really want anyone to take pity on her, and she just absolutely hates that. She can stand up to herself, or for herself. It just takes a lot to put her there.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Okay.
Actually, if I'm not mistaken, that's one of the bad endings where you kind of treat her a little too, I don't want to say childish, but you
There's
don't
like a
treat
whole
her normally.
subplot that's like
Yeah,
like, oh, Lily's like a mom and she's like a little kid, right?
yeah.
Yeah, well, and visual novels get like that, right? Where they have all the different endings and stuff like that.
Yeah, they do. There's like 15 different bad endings that you just stumble into by accident.
Hopefully none of them are too gory.
I mean, I don't think any of them are in this game. I really hope so. I don't want to see any of these girls get hurt.
Yeah, I gotta be honest, that smile's doing it for me.
Yeah, it's
very
adorable.
It's very cute.
And I think the little plushie she's holding is of Lily. I don't know where she got that, but it's cute.
I'm sad to say I don't remember much of her route. When I played this game, Karawa Shoto, it was the first route I did, I think. So, I mean, I have to kind of give her a 10 because she very much caught me right away.
Oh, nice.
I think she's everybody's kind of like default best girl in the game.
I think she's
The
the
first perfect
least
rating.
intimidating.
Yeah.
When we were talking in the server, I know most people were like, "Oh yeah, Emmy's is like the best route," but I think most of us were in agreement that like she's adorable, very very cute.
I mean, to all those who have played Katwa Shoujo, I mean, Emmy's route does have its perks in one particular area. Don't know if we can discuss that on the...
Oh, sex, yeah, dude. Don't even worry
What?
about it. This is an 18 plus podcast.
She has
On my
an anal
wholesome
stick.
Christian podcast,
Never.
you animal.
Actually, that should be a disclaimer. Check out this game if you're above 18.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's got a really nice story.
It is super emotional, super well written. One of the most like touching stories I've read. But yeah, it's above 18.
Yeah, but if we're talking about the whole sex scene part, I mean, I could also go on about Hanako and how her first sex scene is kind of weird, because she doesn't really see the situation as sexy, but your character does, and
Oh, that's a
I
spoiler.
don't
Well,
know.
that's just perspective, right? I suppose.
I don't think so. I mean, she kind of like undresses in front of the main character just to show off her flaws and finally.
Don't you mean the main character undresses in front of her? You mean?
I thought it was the opposite. I thought
No,
she.
because he has like the scar. So the main character has like a scar where like his heart was like injured in an accident, right? And
Yeah.
because she's all self-conscious about the burn on her face, he's like, "Well, look, here's like the thing that makes me worried, right?"
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Fallen.
a cute scene.
Fallen.
Fallen's like, "Dude, I'm out of
Oh
here. I'm already
yeah.
playing the game." You said sex scene? Which one?
Funny enough, I was watching the bad
Oh,
ending of it.
Oh no!
Oh my god.
No, why would you do that?
The more you say you don't, the more you tell me not to do it, the more I will do it. This is
Fallen, get
psychology.
back here. We got a podcast to do. Damn it!
These girls must be pretty.
Okay, I'll give it a 7. Okay, I'll give it a 7.
I like the 7.
Mm.
Is that relative to the bad ending or the good ending?
It's none because I just read the personality and all that kind of stuff. She looks a bit cute, so I'll give it a 7.
I'm probably gonna sound harsh, but I'll probably give her like a 5. And
Oof.
Oh my
That's
god!
average. That's average.
Painfully average.
and
Damn.
like I'm not into characters that are like shy and stuff. So
All right, Soup Man,
Mm.
it's all you.
Design wise, I like her, but I'm kind of have to go with Lid on this one. Like knowing nothing about the game or anything like that, like having not played it, I can really only go with what you've told me in design wise, and it's like, eh. So I would probably say 5.
4. You're gonna say 4. I think
I
you're
was
gonna
gonna
say
say
4.
4, but the smile makes it 5. I think.
All right.
I really like her design
Cool.
wise.
Lid, you're up.
okay, I picked the character. I got a picture. It is Mizuno. Mizuno. She's from Zombieland Saga. She
Ah,
Oh.
yeah, good series.
I
She
just wanted to watch that.
is
surprisingly, I don't think any of us have watched it.
oh, really, yeah. I only
It shot up my to watch list like
Yeah,
last
because
week.
you and Plaz hyped it up for us.
Yeah, he showed me the one of the songs for it. I'm like, oh my god, this anime looks awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I didn't get to the end, but what is it? She is one of the characters that are obviously a zombie brought back to life. However, in her previous life, she was an idol, so like she kind of already has experience and stuff. And she has like short, blue hair, and if you see it, she has little um, like yellow things in her hair. Those are flowers.
Yeah,
So I think
Aww.
that's like really cute.
they're her power inhibitors.
Yeah, what is it? She's kind of like more of a leader in the series. She doesn't really have anything that holds her back. You know, whatever she wants to do, she goes forward with it. And she like takes like no bullshit from anybody. Of course, she has like one fear of lightning, but like that's pretty much it. The only thing that can get her down. And
that sounds adorable, honestly.
yeah, like it never comes up except like 2 times. But it's like her moment, you know, where you get to see more of her character and how she is. And yeah, I'd say that's really it. She's great, cute, self perseverance, a go getter. Okay.
I have one question.
Yep.
How is her singing voice?
I thought her singing voice was nice. She had more of like a deeper toned voice, so it's not like
That's
annoyingly
always good.
high pitched. So I thought it was,
That's good. That's a good selling point.
yeah, it was nice.
This is just like I'm looking at her, right? You're telling me she's from Zombieland Saga. I'm like, she's from Wonder Egg. What do you mean?
Not that one.
Kind of looks like that, eh?
I don't know why, but like my brain is saying Wonder Egg, dude.
What do you think, Dias?
All right. I mean, I gotta give her a rating. I'll give her a 7. Nothing's really like jumping out at me as like, oh yeah, this seems like someone I'd be really into. But like, she's fine, right?
But above average. Nice.
You know, that's a good point. It should be like 5, shouldn't it?
Oof.
Oh
Shit.
my god.
I feel bad
I
now.
already
Shut
said
up.
7, so I'm not gonna take it back. But the scales might be a little bit different character to character.
But in our hearts, all the viewers know and all the listeners know that it's actually a 5.
Like, I don't know.
No
She
mercy.
seems
Yeah.
fine, right?
Fallen, do you agree?
Yes, I do agree with Dias. The 5 rating.
Oof.
Hit her hard.
Yeah.
Fallen's just gonna rate everyone as 5, man. We should just rate all of Fallen's girls as
Oh,
5.
not really.
We should.
Hey, look at the previous one. The previous one was 7, okay? Hey, don't say that. I put 5 all the time. It was lead and sub the previous time.
Fallen's
Okay?
the Simon
me.
Cowell of the podcast.
Oh God.
Less British
Yeah,
though.
I'll give it a
No, he's
5. I'll give it a 5. Doesn't
as
really
an
interest
American,
me
he's
at all.
basically British.
Oh yeah.
I ain't
If
no
it's not
American.
American, it's British.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, my turn.
Mm-hmm.
So, perhaps this is some weird bias. I'm gonna give her a 7 because the moment I saw her, all I could think of for some reason was Kasumi from, Love Live.
Yeah,
I
she's
don't
got
know
that
why.
vibe, doesn't
All I
she?
could think of was Kasumi, and I love her.
Hmm,
I don't know.
nice.
The hair,
Yeah,
man.
The short-haired
maybe it's
girls.
the hair, maybe it's the eyes. I don't know.
You tend to rate the short-haired girls highly, right?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
feel
may
like
have a
whenever
thing
we
for
talk, it's like some short-haired girl.
You're not wrong. It's two extremes. Either they're super short or it's like down to their feet. Nothing in between.
Mm.
But that's regardless. Do not question my preferences. Either way, she's a 7. She's
Got it,
adorable.
got
She
it.
reminds me of Kasumi, and from the way she was described, I honestly kind of want to see her character.
Yes, this is only increasing my need to watch Zombieland Saga. I might do
Plus,
it
she
tomorrow.
has idol
Ooh.
experience.
Honestly.
Do the other girls
Do
have
you
And
idol
then we know that-
experience?
It's true.
I think
What were you saying,
2.
Colin?
Because I was saying, you were saying that you're gonna watch it tomorrow. I can guarantee you, like 90%, you're not gonna do that.
Oh, dude, don't worry.
That's a
I was
challenge.
about to say, hey, do you want to get
Dang.
together to watch it?
Yeah, Fallen knows I'm gonna sleep until like 3 in the afternoon and then do nothing all
Jesus.
day.
Dude, that's the perfect
You know
time.
me
That's when
too
I get
well.
up too. Let's go.
Oh shit! Anime watch party.
All right, let's finish this first.
Yes, I on first glance, the second Lid posted the photo, I was like, "Oh my god, this character is adorable." And via the description, I am totally not surprised that Lid likes this character. If you dyed their hair brown, they could probably be Yo, or not brown, gray. They could probably do a pretty good substitution.
We just need the Yosuro.
Yeah, exactly. Just draw her saluting or something like that, and it could be.
I'm sure we
a
can
pretty close
commission a fan
comparison.
artist for that.
Yeah, I'm already looking for them.
But overall, though, I definitely like. I think I like this character. If I was to watch the show, I'm a very visual person. I think so far she'd be my favorite just from me looking at her. I think I would like her. I like her design more than I like the main characters, and yeah, her being the way you described her sounds really appealing. So I would say like an 8.
I like how blue she
Nice.
is.
Yeah, it is really nice. But honestly, it took me a while to like the main character for Zombieland Saga.
Isn't the main character the red-haired one?
Yeah,
Hmm.
like she to me she didn't have much going, but then by the end, when you get to see her real character, it's like, oh, okay, she's not terrible.
Oh, Soup, what was your rating?
I said 8, probably closer to a 9.
All right,
8.25.
8.25.
Yeah, 8.25 probably. I really like her outfit too. It looks really like laid back and like kind of casual.
So for people listening, she's got a blue shirt on with some sort of like looks like an egg.
Like a
Alright.
fish.
It's like her
Egg
like
creature.
workout uniform.
Ah,
Yeah, it does look pretty workouty. Like the shirt's kind of baggy and then a blue skirt.
yeah.
She usually wears like a schoolgirl uniform.
Cool. Wait,
Oh yeah, okay. She looks way more menacing in
I
that
was gonna
photo,
say,
dang.
yeah, like this is the 5-1.
Like I said, she doesn't really take any bullshit. She's very go forward.
Very stand up for herself
Yeah.
type of mannerisms. Yeah, I like that. I
Oh
like
god,
that a
it's
lot.
Umi all over again. Oh God.
No, please.
Get down.
Umi cut her hair. No.
Cut her hair, cut her friends. What's sniffed?
It might just be my bias towards
Wait,
short-haired blue girls,
she was
honestly,
even an
but-
idol in the past. It was all coming
Oh
together.
my god, you're so right.
My God. This is actually post-canon.
Oh God.
All right,
Uh,
Supreme.
Okay. Mine, keeping with the theme of blue-haired anime girls.
Last one of round 1.
Yeah, last one of round 1, and then we'll check what time we're at, and we can
Oh,
decide if we're going to do round 2.
we're good like
Yeah,
30 minutes in.
Yeah, so we could probably do questions after this, and then call it a podcast, I would think.
Okay.
My character, hang on, let me just find a good photo. Is this one? Yeah.
Oh God.
Why does she
Oh
have
God.
That's not
Oh
a real
fuck.
photo. I'll send a real photo. On Google Images, that was one of the first images, and I had to send it.
So we have the character
so
with
her name-
sunglasses.
Her name is Rika Farude, I think is how you pronounce that. And she's from a show called Higurashi When
Oh,
I
no,
Cry.
Oh good, she's Ruby's age.
Actually, and that's interesting. I'll tell you about that.
Oh God,
She
is she
looks
high
like she's
schooler?
Ruby's age.
She looks like a
But
nerdy.
yes, Fallen. Technically, she's 12, but the plot to this show, she's kind of the main character, kind of not the main character. It flip flops back and forth.
Mhm.
Between a guy named Keiichi and her. But in season 2, she's like the main character, and basically it's a show where she's stuck in a time loop, and she has to keep replaying the same month over and over again.
Oh.
And basically, she is stuck in this time loop where each time she repeats it, her and her friends get horribly murdered in different ways.
Oh my god.
Oof.
Yeah,
Talk about motivation.
it's a
That's
horror
how-
show.
I found a cursed fucking picture of her. And
Oh
damn.
yeah, there's
Hold on.
definitely some
What's
cursed ones.
what's the name?
I think it's like that. How you spell it? Or Aur? Yeah, that's how you spell her name. Anyways, so yeah, it's. I was not prepared for this to be a horror anime, but it's definitely a horror anime.
Yeah.
And so basically, she's like this kind of. She puts on this persona of like this happy-go-lucky 12-year-old or whatever, but in reality, and she like sometimes turns it on and off, where she just becomes this serious adult like woman where she's all serious and she's talking about like how she has to keep living the same month over and over again and all the stuff she's seen, because she remembers every time she dies.
Mhm.
She just doesn't remember who kills her. And yeah, it's very, very interesting. So she kind of has two different personalities. Like there's
Okay.
this happy-go-lucky, I want to be friends with all my friends,
Yeah,
kind of
the
upbeat
premise you've
personality,
like
and then
said of like this like cutesy show. I think there's like a couple shows like that. The one I watched most recently was Not Safe for Work, so I don't think like I've watched this specific one.
mhm.
But like
This show is definitely not safe for work, by the way.
no, I meant in the sex way, but like
Oh,
yeah, like this like seems like a show that's like crops up every once in a while. It feels like where it's like horrifically
you may have
violent.
heard of it recently. Oh yeah, it's. I think was known. It's actually an older show. It was made in the early 2000s, and it just got a remake last year.
Oh.
So that might have been why you've heard about it more recently, where they kind of retconned a lot of the old. Like they basically combined all 3 of the first seasons into one season for this new series in 2020, and updated the graphics and everything.
Cool.
It's super deep though, and so technically this character, she looks 12, but she's actually 100. So like, haha, Japan.
Hmm.
Oh, it's one of those.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Because she's lived the same month over and over, and it's technically aged. Like her mind is aged, but her body hasn't.
Right.
Mm.
So,
Right.
yeah.
So like in the show, like how much of the show is like her reacting to stuff versus her doing stuff?
It depends, especially if you're watching the newer series. She's like in the new show, she's the main character for sure. But if you watch the original series from the early 2000s, she's kind of a side character, but also kind of a main character. It's kind of hard to explain, honestly. They didn't really
A little
like
less
show it off
focused.
very well. Yeah, it was definitely like oh, what's gonna happen, and then bam, at the end of season 1, they explained it all. Whereas season 2 or the season in 2020 explains it way better, and she's more of a main character. So I'm gonna go with that one, where yeah, she's like definitely at the forefront of everything in that series.
Okay. Yeah, because I think like the gimmick you mentioned before, I think that could really work well with like this sort of like very serious tone and show, right? I can see myself
Mhm.
enjoying her a lot. I'll give her a good a hearty 9.
She has adorably cute moments and also like incredibly serious moments and like painful
Well, I
ones.
think if
It's
like you're
such
going
a
to a
great
show like
character
this,
flip
you
flop.
really want like the serious moments, right? So
They have just enough like comic relief so that it doesn't deflate the serious stuff, but it also makes it like fun to watch.
okay, cool.
Okay, so the picture that you sent, these two pictures that you sent, Supreme, are they from the new series or what?
The first one is from the old series. Here, I'll send a comparison of the art styles. This is from 2000, and this is from 2020.
Ah, interesting.
Hmm.
Okay, that's a really bad picture. This
Mhm.
I'm glad
So
they
you can
like
kind of
flatten
see,
her bangs.
yeah, you can kind of see the difference in art style.
yeah, definitely.
That one I think is fan art, Fallen. If I'm being honest.
It's really
Yo,
cute.
the fan art looks better. What the fuck?
Yeah, the fan
Yeah,
art's
yeah,
really good.
that's how it works usually.
Okay,
Okay,
Let's
so
be honest here.
I think so I'm gonna explain why I gave this kind of score. So I like the old design. I don't like the new design. This is a horror
Mm.
show. I've seen the curse images. Looks like fucking crap. And I don't like horror because I'm a fucking pussy cat. So I'll give it a 1.
Damn.
Oof.
Whoa! Oh my god.
I feel like you rated the show more than you rated the character.
yeah,
But
I
you know
mean,
what?
if we're
I can
rating the
respect
show,
that.
I'll give it a 1 too. I'm not watching this shit.
It's pretty brutal. Some parts of it,
The
you're not
manga's
wrong.
worse. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, it is.
Makes me feel like not reading it more.
I agree with you, Fallen. I think the old art style is better.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, like just from the images you shared, anyways. I can't really comment
Yeah,
on the whole.
and I'm usually not a fan of like old anime art styles, but it is way better. I agree. All right, Lily, what's your verdict?
We got Lily and Lid,
Yeah.
the dynamic duo.
Oh yeah.
Double L.
I'm gonna give her like an 8.5. The design is cute, and I just kind of like the contrast between this tiny lolly experiencing all these horrible, horrible scenarios where she stays like 12, but over all the years that passes, she's actually this really old, experienced, basically adult that has seen way too many horrible things.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she just seems like a great character. Although,
It
maybe
honestly
I'm a little
is.
biased because I know the series.
Oh
My God,
You
the
definitely are,
brutal
but I
series.
respect it.
She does not deserve, and nobody here deserves what they go through.
Yeah.
One more
Keep
orphanage.
your fingernails, kids. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh god.
Ouch.
Lid's like,
I-
I'm already looking this up.
Yeah, I am actually a fan of like horror kind of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're getting your Hellfire sequel, like
I,
gears turning.
Lid's like,
I
is this fan base active?
yeah, yeah, I don't actually like her old design. I like her bangs just look so fucked up to me. I can't. But I would probably give her. I give her like a 7 or 8, just
Hmm.
because I probably would watch a series just to see like how you guys describe it. If it really is like super gory, or is it just like decent?
Hmm.
So,
Yeah, I feel like if you do watch the show, she'll probably be your favorite character, honestly, more often than not.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
mean, like, I think shows with like good analytical, like mind characters are really great, and it sounds like I mean, this happens with all sorts of time loop shows, but I think like having a really smart time loop show is really difficult, and if they do it, then like, dude, I'm all aboard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely makes you think for sure.
Oh, sorry, Lid.
Like
What did
episode
you
to
say?
episode. She said a 7 or 8, so 7.5.
Fuck.
Or round up, whichever.
No, we're not cowards here. We accept the 7.5. Damn it. Okay.
All right.
That's a sort of an experimental first section we've got there. So to summarize it, we've got my character who was Karen Kino from We Want to Talk About Kaguya, the manga spin-off for Kaguya-sama Love is War. We have Megumi Kato from I don't know, some fucking show. Sae Kano.
Yeah, we can't pronounce that. We're not as good as
We
Japanese as
got
followers.
Hanako from Katawa Shoujo. We got Ai Mizuno from Zombieland Saga. And we got
Rika.
Furude Rika from Higurashi Higarashi?
Yep, it's Higurashi.
Cicadas.
Oh,
You got it.
Higurashi When I
Yeah.
Cry. So, if any of those shows interest you, any of those girls interest you, feel free to check
Give them a
those out.
watch.
This was kind of fun.
Yeah.
I really like this. Maybe we can do like
Yeah.
more popular characters or mix it up somehow next time. This could be like a
We can only do
thing.
like AAA animes next time or something like that.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
It's a shame that we only have time for one girl because my second girl was kind of terrifying.
Oh, dude, you want to give us like give me a 10-second spiel on your next girl?
Okay, I'm gonna show the picture. This is two girls in
It's
one.
gonna be Clara,
technically.
isn't it? It's gonna be fucking Clara.
I don't know if you've seen this anime, but it's amazing. You recognize her?
Okay, never mind. No, I have no idea.
It looks like she has a head from the Alien movies.
Nope.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm
This is
gathering.
Lucy.
Oh,
A
it's
cat.
gonna be tentacle hentai, I
Nope.
think.
Cat girl.
Oh my god.
This is Lucy
Okay,
from Elfen Lied.
That's
okay.
funny.
I don't know anything about that
She
show then.
is.
Yo, Elfen Lied. That's why I've heard that.
Yup.
I
Thank
think.
you. She's a nightmare. That helmet that she's holding, that is not her head. That is a power suppressing helmet that humans put on her to stop her from murdering absolutely everybody.
Oh, you should have put this one in.
She's
next time.
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. We'll go more violent with it next time.
But the more violent it gets, the
Oh,
more
dude, I'll tell you.
murderating that I'm
Next
gonna
time,
have,
I'm just
like.
putting Slice of Life kids
Yeah.
in here. That's all I watch.
Yeah. She is basically death incarnate, but she also has amnesia, so she occasionally warps into this like super adorable, naive, like cute
That sounds
girl.
like an awesome plot for a show.
Like she can kill you and like hundreds of other people without even batting an eye. But she can also be just completely adorable and has no idea what she's doing in other times.
Mm.
I feel like there's definitely an isekai
All you
plot.
gotta do is hit her on the head.
Bonk.
Little did you
All right,
know
so what?
she was the
Questions
protagonist.
now or what?
I was thinking if we would want to like go into animes we've watched this week.
Should we though?
Yeah, I watched none.
Yeah, I've only watched the show that I just described.
Well, hey, you want to talk about it?
I just did. That's my problem.
Shit.
Yeah, and then Fallen said before the podcast we didn't watch anything, so maybe we should rattle off some questions or something.
All right. Let's get some questions. Okay. What period of your life do you write the most about? That's your first question.
Was this asked by anybody, by the way, or?
Nah, I just had like a list of questions that I pulled out my ass.
Oh, okay.
Wow, yes.
Jesus. Sorry. What was the question? You
So-
should post it up actually.
In life, we have like these stages: child, teenager, adult. Of
Oh,
those,
okay.
what is the period you write the most?
Okay.
I think for mine, I probably write like kind of where I am now.
Young
Like-
adult.
Yeah, like early 20s. That's kind of like my ideal what I want to write about. For Sunshine being so young, sometimes you gotta write them as teenagers. But ideally, I try and write them young adult-ish.
Mm-hmm.
Just because they're relatable that I am there right now.
Yeah.
Probably,
It's really
probably
easy to
same
come up
for
with
me.
stuff for things within your age range, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would probably agree, although it depends on like I do like writing like stuff within canon as well. So like if with like safe for work fix, it's like if you're writing stuff within the canon, you could argue it's like, okay, well, it's probably like teen years. So I'd say it's probably a mix of like teenager, young adult. And probably because that's the freshest in my mind. Like I have no idea how to write kids without just making them annoying, basically.
All right, Lilium.
A lot of the characters, if I'm not writing them in canon, although even if I do write fan fiction, I tend to age them up to at least like post high school years.
Yeah, that's probably a safe bet.
Oh yeah, definitely, especially with half the shit I write. But let's not get into that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, usually at the very least early 20s to probably mid to late 20s. Even in the original stuff that I'm writing, one of the things right now, one character is a college student, and the other is like a woman in her 30s. So,
Fallen, you're like 6 years old. How do you feel about all this young adult stuff going on?
Excuse me.
We
I'm
know
not hearing a
you're a
no.
child, Fallen. So give us
I
your
just
input. How do you? Firstly, what do you write the most often? How do you feel about all these young adults riding around in their freaking college age ranges?
no. I like to write in young adults, but I mean, for me, there is just this one genre of books that I hate. Even like I write young adults, so I could understand, but there's this kind of books that I don't like. It's called a good girl like bad boy books.
Oh, I've heard of
That kind
those.
of book.
Baguka Bad Boys.
No, he said good girl likes bad boys.
Ah, okay,
Or
yeah.
a girl has to choose either one of the two boys. Now that's some
Kind of sounds like The
bullshit.
Bachelor or something.
Oh, dude, The
That
Bachelor.
sounds like every fucking One Direction and
Have
BTS
you
fic on
watched The
Reddit.
Oh
Bachelor?
God.
No, not
Oh
never.
god, dude, Supreme, if you've watched it, we gotta talk about that show sometime. It's such a fucking ride.
Dias, I gotta leave you on the island here, buddy. I've never actually seen it.
Damn it. It's such a stupid show. I need to complain about it with someone.
Yeah, so, basically, anyways, right, on young adults, yeah, that's all.
American reality TV is fucking wild, dude.
You could have just
Like
said
some of the
American
shit they
TV,
come.
really.
you really could have.
No, reality TV. The reality is very important here.
And how lack of real it actually is. Okay, we shouldn't get into this though. Dias, what's your thoughts? Do you write the same as us, or?
Oh, 100%. And that's like I'm sort of trying to think about like why do I write it? Is it just that I've like experienced these things recently? Like part of me wants to say yes. Part of me also wants to say that I think like it has the most interesting stories to tell to an extent, right?
Mm,
That's like the age where people are getting married. This is the age where people are finding their jobs, right? Making life defining choices. Usually in fiction, when you read a story, it's placed in high school.
yeah. There's
And the
usually
reason for that is
there's that saying as well too. Like you always want to start your story in the most interesting part of the story, you know. And I feel like that's a good saying to apply to this.
yeah, but like most people start stories in high school, right? And the reason for that is not necessarily because there's nothing or because high school is super interesting. It's because it's a very well established framework that like people won't question, right? No one's gonna be like, ah, no one acts like this in high school.
Right.
Because people act like all kinds of dumb shit in high school, right? You have like a lot of flexibility. Once you get to like the college stage and you get to like the young adult stage, people go through a lot of growth during those stages. And so like for me, even when I'm writing like smut, I love envisioning characters in like a more mature form of their high school relationship, right? I think the couple I've done this the most with is Kasumi and Arisa from Bang Dream. Like the way I write them in my fix, I really enjoy having them be like a lot more caring and I don't want to just say mature, but like in my head, that's how it is, right? Like they're more mature, they handle each other better than they do in high
Mm-hmm.
school.
He said
How
Bandori.
how
I
do
was
you all
expecting him to
feel?
go on to the Bandori rant.
Yeah, so firstly, Bandori is way better than Love
Oh
Live,
I
right?
will
no!
kill you.
Secondarily, how do you all feel? Do you think like it's just your experiences that leads you to push for this age range, or is there maybe something else?
It's interesting to think about for sure. I feel like I write off experience a lot. It's like I write off experience or I write off of my like dumb ideas my brain came up with and I want to spew out 18 or 100 words or less and then just kind of
So like if something happens to you in real life, do you think, oh, I could turn that into like a fanfic prompt?
sometimes
Like you forget to pay the water bill and you're like, oh, I should write someone forgetting to pay the water bill.
generally not stuff that mundane, but yeah, I see what you mean.
Mm. Okay, what about the rest of these?
Preferably don't. I don't know where I was going with that. What was the question again?
It's playing
Well,
Animal
what do
Crossing
you
right now,
think
dude.
leads us to write for this time period, this young adult section, this low 20s?
Oh, I personally feel like there's not a lot to do when you write about high school. Like everything has to take place after school. Can't do anything during the day, but like when you're a young adult, you just have a lot more time.
Yeah, it's
As if you don't have a 9 to 5.
Hot
I was
sex
about to
after
say,
school.
hold on, I got no fucking time.
Yeah, really. What
Yeah,
is
it's
time?
like, but it's kind of like, it's like that weird time in your life. It's like you just you can do so much more. You have money.
You
You
have money.
can
Yeah,
get
have
that
money?
that is the liberating thing, isn't
it's like the
it?
middle
Where?
part between you being a kid with no money and no freedom and being an adult where you have money and no freedom. It's like the middle area.
Yeah, I feel like that's just like a good time to just do a lot more.
Yeah, it makes for more like not realistic stories, but like exciting adventurous stories because there really is like endless possibilities basically.
Yeah.
Would you use the word adventurous for like the time of like college and like
Experimental would be a good word.
job? Mm.
Yeah, you just
I
like
was
a
trying
bunch
to
of
like
new
think of
things.
like, or would you say experimental? But like I couldn't think of a good word for it.
I got you,
Like
buddy.
even experimental is like, I would say it's the most recognizable thing, at least for me in my life in college, was like just like contemplating shit, right?
Right.
And like I think like for a lot of people that's like the process they go through, right?
You're a very pensive mind, Dias. We're all too stupid
You
for that.
have a lot of time to think during that time.
Yeah, definitely. All right, what's the next question, buddy boy?
Hey Lilium, how about you choose one?
Of the questions?
That's a good idea.
Yeah, so you see in podcast questions,
Oh,
the suggested author interview
oh
questions.
yeah. I mean, I could go on a long time about the first one. When did you first realize you wanted to be a writer?
All right, hey
I like it.
Lilium, when was the first time you decided you wanted to be a writer?
Okay, so I'm gonna take you guys back to the world of extreme cringe,
Oh
of
no.
Lilium, of
All right, wait, I'm gonna call it right.
Open up your DeviantArt accounts,
Third
boys.
grade. I'm calling it now. Third grade.
no, no.
Fuck.
Let's see. Can I narrow down a time period? I was
Like 5th grade is pretty
I was
cringe.
13. It was, I think, the summer going into my freshman year of high school.
Okay, yeah, that's an awkward time
Oh
in
God,
life.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to take you back to the awful like Vocaloid and Five Nights at Freddy's and
Yo, Vocaloid slaps. How dare you?
no, Vocaloid slaps. The fics I wrote for it were horrible.
I mean, that's just part of Vocaloid, isn't it?
Oh God,
Yeah.
yeah, they have a lot of shitty fics. But that brings me to the answer to the question. When did I first decide I wanted to be a writer? I found what I still consider to this day to be the best fanfiction written ever.
Ooh.
I will send you a link if you want. It is called On and On by the author just goes by Yaya. But the actual name is like Y8A, Y8A. I actually know somebody who knows her in real life, but that's a
Ooh.
different story. Anyways, the fic. It is amazing. It is everything you could possibly ask for in a fanfiction. Well-written characters, a conflict that is very reasonable about one girl basically struggling to realize that she is very gay for this older girl that she just got paired with. And both of them kind of fighting their feelings as to, hey, maybe we shouldn't do this, but we both really want to, but it's also very wrong.
Oh, that sounds spicy.
It's amazing. Like, both of them are kind of fighting. They want to be together, but at the same time, one of them is, I think, 16, the other one's 20. And the
So that's like a
relationship
okay.
shouldn't
huge,
happen.
huge gap. It's like 10 years difference right
Oh,
there.
yeah, totally. The relationship shouldn't happen, but they both really want each other. In fact, they're actually paired together by their producer because they both think the producer thinks it's a great idea to have both of them write a romance song together.
Ooh.
And in writing it,
That's always fun, isn't
they
it?
realize, hey, I really want you. And then
Nice.
one has a friend slash roommate slash ex-lover that's like, yeah, you should totally give this a shot. And then the other one has a bunch of people telling her different things. You know, one of them says, yeah, you should try it. The other one is really, really homophobic and written very realistically.
That's scary.
It's not scary. It's nothing hateful. It's more just
I suppose that is
There
a
is
kind of
no
good
war
writing,
in
right?
Bossing Say.
yeah. It's
That is
not like outright hateful. It's more a slow distancing from the character once she realizes, oh hey, she likes a girl. The entire story is just incredible, and reading it made me think I really want to contribute something like this one day. I know I never will. I will never, ever make it to the standard that On and On has hit. Never. But I hope I will at least come close one day.
Cool.
That's
That's
good.
inspiring
That's good.
stuff, buddy. If you want to post that link, we can definitely share that in our comment
Yeah.
section.
Yeah.
Do any of you all have like specific stories that started you down the path? I know I mentioned mine before.
I guess I can. I'm trying to think of how I started. I honestly, I think it kind of cultivated over a really long period of time. Like I know I've told this on the podcast like twice now, but I was like decent as a writer when I was a kid, and I was never really good at anything else except spelling and English class in school. Like I
Ooh,
excelled at both of those, and that's about it.
the classics.
Well, then maybe history too a little bit, but Canadian history is basically, you know,
Ah, yes, this is where we found maple syrup and all was right in the world.
Canadian history is basically, hey, here's when all the provinces were created. There was no wars really. That's it. Anyways, but yeah,
Nice.
so
Wait, wasn't there a war? When
eh,
like the French came and
nah, that was a war with America. Like that was kind of we did beat the Americans once in
all
a
right.
war.
So that's not taught in Canadian history then.
We talk about it. Americans don't. Apparently,
Yeah, that's what I figured.
yeah. But yeah, so it kind of started really early, and then over time, just like as I realized I wasn't really good at art and I wasn't really good in band class,
Oh no.
I kept looking at my English mark, and I'm like, man, I have like high 90s in English. Like,
This is the easiest thing for me to get in on.
yeah, and honestly, I think the turning point was I remember there was this one project I had in grade 11 where we had to write an article for like a newspaper article, like a sports article, and I wrote a piece on a hockey game, and my teacher like pulled me to the side after I handed it in, and she's like, "This is like professional level writing. I want to
Whoa.
put this on my wall to
Nice.
show kids like in the future. And I'm like, oh my god,
Damn.
you kidding me?
Oh shit.
Like,
She's hyping you up, buddy.
mhm.
She's like, get in there.
I know, right? And so I guess that was kind of where I took the turn, and then I started writing. I never wrote fan fiction seriously until like a couple years ago. But at that point, I
Mm.
like wrote a couple stories on my phone, like just for shits and giggles. And then,
So like, how old would you be, like ballpark wise, in this?
I would have been 14. When did I
Ooh.
graduate? No, I would have been 16 at the time.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah, like I was gonna say like 14 is just clearly gassing you up, right? But like 16, that's gotta be like
Yep.
you must have done something pretty good. People
Yeah.
don't have a lot of sympathy for teenagers, to be honest. They
Yeah.
can be kind of
And like,
you get put down a lot as a teenager.
yeah, high school's rough, man. But like, and I know it's and it wasn't really fan fiction writing, but I remember
Hmm.
that specifically. I remember I had to write a lot of like light essays in high school, and all of them were like, "Oh yeah, your word choice is good," and this and this and that. And I'm like, I wonder if. And I never really
Mm.
contemplated writing stories until like a couple years ago. But the love for writing has always been there, I should say.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
All right, who wants to go next?
I'll go next. Right before I start, I just remember this. Happy belated birthday to Yoel. Okay.
Oh yes,
Oh,
good call.
So
Happy
Yeah.
Happy You Day.
We did skip past that since we last recorded, so
Oh, hi,
I'll make sure to
Yosel,
overlay
am
a
I
cute
right?
little yo sound effect when you say that.
Yo, sir.
Yay.
Yosel.
Hello, Yosel. Okay. The getting into writing. I personally, I was never good at English class, unlike you,
Oh
Super.
wow.
I like it was definitely my lowest class.
God, what
No.
a loser. Didn't even
I
get
know,
A in
God.
English.
How was your middle
It was
school
like
spelling? Was that good?
Yeah, did you go to the
spelling was
bee?
good. Yeah,
Ah.
spelling was
So
good.
you had at least
I
half
just
of
like
it going for you.
Okay,
yeah. I just like wasn't good at like I don't know, I guess grammar and
okay, but
making it interesting.
Yeah.
But so pretty much like I always like just threw writing off to the side. I'd better at, like math class and stuff.
Mhm.
But then I started reading fan fictions and getting like really into them. And
yeah.
I threw my hand in one fan fiction like when I was 16, but I deleted it soon after. It wasn't that good to me.
Mm.
But then I saw the whole like Eureka tag was never filled ever, and I wanted it like more content. So that's when I threw my
Yeah.
hand in at like writing more commonly. And now I've gotten to this spot.
That's super
We
organic.
write for ourselves. Let's go.
Yeah.
Um,
And you don't have to be good. You just gotta learn.
it's true.
That's
You
my
don't have to be
thing.
good. You're writing for yourself.
And practice makes
It's
perfect
about
at
the
end of day,
idea.
right?
Yeah. You learn as you go.
What was the
I
first
didn't realize you were like
what was the first
so
fic you
recent
wrote,
out of all
by
of
the way?
us.
Oh god, it was like I was 16. I wrote on Wattpad, so, but it's
Hell
deleted.
yeah.
We could turn that into another question. What's the first fic you wrote?
Oh, that could be
I don't-
Well, it was Yuri, so let's say that.
You have my
Nice.
respect.
Right off the bat. Knew
Yeah.
what you wanted.
So it was
Yeah,
kind of Love Live then that got you really into seriously writing fan fictions then, hey?
Mm.
In
Yeah.
a way.
Just the lack of Eureka. That's what really got me going.
Sometimes, dude, you gotta do it yourself. Thanos was right all along, boys, is all I'm saying.
True.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's super wholesome.
Alright. Fallen, it's me and you, buddy.
You want to go first? Or am I going to go
The
first?
I'm
point.
gonna talk a while, so you go first.
Right. So the question was when I first started that I
Yeah,
wanted to
what
write
made you
something
want to
like
start?
that. When I was 10, yeah,
Ooh.
because like English classes you have to write compositions, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and then so it was a test that time. Then I brought and I wrote
Were
some story onto it.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Were these English
Yeah, English
compositions?
compositions.
So
Yeah,
you were
English.
writing in English? Isn't this your
Yeah,
second
yeah, I was
language?
writing in English. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
interesting.
My
Wow.
that's what that was my first language. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, so when I was writing and I passed it out to my teacher, a few weeks later the teacher came back with a notebook and the combo. And then she was telling me that even though my grammar sucks like fuck,
She
my
used those
story plot
exact
was
words. Sucks like fuck.
no. She just say it really sucks because like I wasn't good at grammar. I'm still not good at grammar, and I think like Supreme knows that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, English grammar is
Yeah,
really
but
hard though. In your defense,
I'm
Yeah,
yeah, I'm
if it's not your
improving quite
first
a
language.
lot.
it's really hard to
Yeah,
stay intense and like
Oh God, yeah.
it is.
like
Sometimes it's really complicating, you
yeah,
know.
I totally understand.
Yeah. So like when she came back with a notebook and the combo and she was telling me that the story plot was good. So she told me to write more on the notebook itself.
Huh.
And so yeah. So because I was like that was a good compliment like I heard from a teacher for
Mm-hmm.
the first time. So like yeah, that's how I decided to write on from her encouragement, I guess.
Damn! Shout out to our
Mm.
teachers, Fallen. They're guiding us forward.
Yeah, but I don't know where she went now. Yeah, I feel like seeing her for like one
Our
time
educational
and showing
systems
her
are
what I
doing
read
their
now.
job.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad.
So you kind of started writing non-story writing as well, or were you writing like?
No, I already like at that point after she encouraged me, the next year I went to write a narrative book, but it was on paper, and
Mm.
then I lost, and then I threw it away for some
Yeah.
Because
reason.
yeah,
As it
So
happens,
to
right?
like what Lid said as
yeah,
well, like it's very different writing like being in English class and writing fan fictions is they're almost two different beasts entirely. Like writing it's like there's such different writing. You could be totally good at one and totally ass at the other. It really takes
yeah.
talent to like kind of transition your skills to both.
No, the thing is, I threw it away because at that time I was at around like 2 years ago. I was doing spring cleaning and I accidentally threw that away. I wanted to keep it though.
Oh no.
Tragic.
Oh, that's
I
sad.
wanted to keep it. I really wanted to keep it, man.
Pain.
I would
That
love
was
to have seen
sad.
that. Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
if I was a kid and I accidentally threw away one of my stories, I would just like quit writing.
Aw.
Yeah.
And you look back.
Yeah, I think I
Okay.
saw like my sketchbook from when I was like 14 in art class.
I
Seriously.
absolutely have like a couple of them hanging
Yeah.
around on fanfiction.net.
How many like crude doodles are in that Lid?
Oh, they're like so bad. I really hate looking at them. Like now, I feel like my chibis got better, but at the time they were god awful.
This is the part where we
Mm.
overlay one of Lid's chibis on screen right now.
No. We can't do that to her. She'll leave the
Yeah.
podcast, dude. We can't have that.
No, the good ones.
It's all gonna fall apart.
If it makes you feel any better, you're probably 1,000 times better at writing or at drawing than I am.
Me too.
Even 14-year-old you is probably still
I
better.
don't know what you mean. I'm a fucking god.
And for art, man.
Yeah,
All
we need to
right.
commission Lid for art and fanfics now.
That's
Oh
you know
god.
that you could get like a whole package combo for twice the
Oh,
price.
that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I never thought of that.
It's a new business model coming up.
All right, Dias. What's your spiel,
Yeah,
buddy?
so I've talked about this before. There's a story by a guy named Sevastian, Cevaztyen,
Sounds very
called Rotten
foreign.
Luck. It is very foreign. The story is called Rotten Luck. It's a Pokemon, basically Isekai before Isekai happened. If you guys know Mystery Dungeon, like a human turns into a Pokemon, it's that kind of story.
Mm-hmm.
This was like this was a time where I was like reading a lot of fan fiction and I wasn't really thinking much of it. I was just kind of like passing the time with it, similar to how you like, you watch YouTube videos, you don't really like engage with it much. In terms of school, my English was also ass. Reading this
Hey.
story
LMAO.
was like this was like one of these stories that I kept coming back to like week after week when it would get updated. When it would get like updated over and over and over again. And I would always like come back to it, right? And it was like the first time I really like started to love writing. The story itself is about a guy named Jonathan who gets turned into a Ralts, and then he moves in like with his girlfriend as a Pokemon. And so he's like experiencing like a lot of like not trauma, but a lot of like doubt and like, ah shit, my luck sucks. I can't believe this. I want, it's almost like an isekai style of like when, but like it's not really serious
Mm-hmm.
about it. You know what I mean? So it's a really fun story. There's a lot of like cute interactions with other Pokemon. There's a lot of like fun moments. The other characters are really like expressive. The best friend is like this Charmander who like pretends to be a sergeant general half the time, right?
Oh, nice.
It's a cute story. It's like what I would consider like some of the best like fan fiction that you first think of, if that makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it,
Mhm.
it just had like a really big impact on me. And so I would say like that story specifically is like where I really wanted to be like a writer. Like before then I had like written things. I had like dreamed up of like scenarios. I think I had mentioned once before I wrote like a Mega Man was it Mega Man Sonic
You did
crossover
mention
thing?
this before.
Yeah, dude, it's one of the funniest things I'd ever written. And I'm so happy that like even as a kid I was like trying that sort of crossover stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um but yeah, like that was the moment where I was really wanted to start like writing more, and I did, right? When I was fuck, when was this? I would have been like 12. I started writing like various Sonic and Kingdom Hearts and Pokemon fan fictions, and I posted them all on fanfiction.net, and that was a
Oh,
lot of
you
fun.
posted them and everything. Wow.
Damn,
Yeah,
impressive.
that's where I started.
Published at
Here, I'll
the age
share
of
with
12.
you.
That's crazy.
So this is the story. I know I've shared it before,
Yeah, I
but I
know.
can get it again.
I there's this could be a whole other question on its own, and we should definitely save it. But I think like a lot of like fanfics as a kid like left impressions on people that I know. Like I know at me specifically, and a few other people that I know in real life. They like read a fan fiction and they're like, "This is the best thing I've ever read in my life." They kept going back to it and going back to it, and if you whether it was ongoing or not, it always like they think about it
I
even to this
definitely
day.
think there's like a moment where you're like, "Oh, I can do this too,"
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Or you get
And that's not
inspired by
even
it almost.
necessarily yeah, and that's not even necessarily about fan fiction by itself, right? I think anything is like people like to talk about all the time how like for like women or African Americans, they're like, I didn't realize I could be like an actor too until I saw this actor, right?
Mm.
And
Mhm.
I got like really impressed by them, and I was like, oh yeah, I can be up there too, right? I think like everyone has like something like that. I may as well share this too. This was my fan fiction account. If any of you want to read 12-year-old to 16-year-old me's
Oh,
writing,
yes, I
roll
do.
for it, dude.
I'm like really impressed that you had like post things when you're 12.
Yeah, honestly.
Like I feel like personally me, I
Especially when you
would
consider that you had to be 16 to make a fan fiction account, yeah?
yeah. Like personally me, I took a really long time to publish my first fic. Like I really held it off a lot. So the fact you're like
Aw.
12 is like, you know what? I'm gonna start posting all
I
these things.
think
For
so
like a
this is
lot of
like a
confidence.
whole different conversation, but I think like when the internet in 2010 had a very like different
Oh,
atmosphere
God, yeah.
in that
Yeah, it definitely
Yeah.
does.
it wasn't mainstream, right? You didn't go there and think, "Oh, everyone is going to see this." You go there knowing that you're basically anonymous and that no one gives a shit who you are, right? And so
Mm.
like I at least felt like when I was like using fan fiction and all these other websites, right? Like what else was there? There was like Gaia Online, there was like I think MySpace was out of fashion at that point, but like, like you had all these sorts of sites and it's like people were careful because they didn't want to be like the idiot who like had their personal information dumped online and became like Chris Chan or something,
Oh, my
right?
Mm.
God, Chris
Mhm.
Chan,
But
don't get started about that.
like, you didn't have a lot to fear, right?
Yeah, it was kind of like
I
the
feel like
Wild
as
West in a way.
yeah, I feel like as things have gotten more mainstream and we've gotten like celebrity culture in here and sports culture in here and politics culture in here, people have gotten a lot more aggressive and you have a lot more reason to hold back maybe a little bit.
Maybe.
But dude, when I was
Mm.
12, like I posted whatever. I didn't give a fuck,
It's
right?
kind of the same
Like you'll
vein
read
as it's
these
kind of the
and they're
same
real
vein
bad.
as like kids recording TikToks and posting them now. You know what I mean? It's like a
Mhm.
different vibe almost to the internet. Like, I would never do that as a kid, but I can totally see now why kids would be like, I'm just going to post some random video of myself flossing to a song or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's like an age where it's like it gets like it's kind of cute when you do it, right? Because you're like it's not cringe if you're like 8 years old or something.
Right.
When you hit 9, that's when it starts being like a. Anyways, that's my origin story.
The Dias origin
Thank you all.
story.
Thank you for coming to our TED Talk.
Yeah, I respect you a hell of a lot for posting that young. I don't think I would have been able to do that either.
No, props to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, how long have we been going?
Good question.
I'd say about an hour, given all the cuts we probably have to
Do you
do.
want to ask our last question then? The best question of them all?
What is that?
I'm going to ask it if you don't tell me no, Dias.
How
Is the greatest
did
question.
you get started reading fan fiction?
No. What is
Fuck.
in your best girl's fridge?
That's not a question.
Yes, it is.
That's not a question.
Answer it,
I'm
Dias.
asking you right now. It is definitely a question.
Horny juice.
And Dias?
Wait, what? Did you say horny?
Yeah. It's 100% in character, right? She's supposed to be the smart girl, but behind the scenes, she's got just like a fridge full of horny juice ready to go.
I want to know, what did that taste like?
Yeah,
pretty
that
sure
you could
she
get some
does, too.
interesting
You
answers.
have to ask Mari about it. She doesn't know. She gets it imported.
Yeah, Mari's actually the creator of it.
I don't know
Oh,
why. I
God.
just imagine like pickle juice.
Oh god.
Is it like a placebo effect? She's like Mari tells her, "Oh, if you drink this, you'll be horny," and Daya just like does it and
Yes.
feels the effects, even though it's just like normal ass juice.
Yeah.
That is amazing. Mari's like in her kitchen and just pulling all the pickles out, and then Kanan comes in and is like, Mari, why is there pickles all over your counter?
It's
Don't
junk.
ask. That is amazing.
Okay. Do we want like real? I guess real answer would be pudding, like something pudding and like vegetables.
Yeah, it's fair. She's very straight, so like I feel like her fridge would be rather bland.
Yeah.
All right, Fallen.
What?
What is in
what's
Katori's
in-
fridge?
And
Okay.
don't say bodies.
Did you say cheesecake?
Yeah.
Only cheesecake?
Fuck. It wasn't bodies.
Well, I wouldn't add the body thing in there.
Are you sure they're not in there? Have you checked?
Yeah.
Umi would help her hide
But-
them too well.
yeah.
That she definitely wouldn't keep them in the fridge.
Just
Wow.
give them to Honey and she'd eat them.
What a loyal friend.
Exactly. All right, Lily, what about you?
We talking Love Live girls?
I guess who is your
Um,
best Love Live girl? We never really asked that.
It depends on the series. Are we just talking all of them?
Yeah, overall.
Oh,
Yeah, go
that's been
for
a
it.
journey. But I think right now I'm kind of settling on Hanamaru. I know she's kind of played for a joke in the anime, but I still like her.
My man.
She's so cute.
She's just
Very good
adorable, and I
girl.
kind of feel bad as
She
how
is
she's-
like number 3 on our combined list, I think.
yeah, like she's the
You're among
comic relief
friends here.
character, but there's so much more to her that doesn't ever get explored.
Hmm.
Anyways, first off, props to you for thinking that she can operate a fridge.
She
She
can't even
operate
open
a
it.
fridge. What, do you think she's got a freaking ice box? Just like in her temple?
She just stores it in a hole in her temple.
She only buys dry food because whenever she buys fresh food, it always goes bad, and she doesn't know why.
No, she
She's
just
been
buys a
the
shit ton of
convenience store for ice cream. Come on, give her a little bit credit here.
But I mean, I think the better question is what isn't in her fridge. She's kind of been shown to eat everything and anything, so.
Oh, that's where the bodies go.
No. I mean, she doesn't eat that, and fanfiction aside, I can't say what else she eats, but.
You could
Yo, Yandere Hanamaru.
Oh my
Someone
God.
get on that.
you could go either way with this, honestly, where you could say her fridge is stocked full of everything, or her fridge is entirely empty.
It's both at the same time. It's Schrodinger's fridge.
That's
It is
awesome.
both full of the entire grocery store and completely empty because she ate it at the same exact time.
All right, Lid, I'm curious to see your answer.
In Yola's fridge, I feel like there would be a lot, like just diversity of things, like vegetables, fruits, all that stuff. Because she likes to. I feel like she would really like to kind of just like try new recipes. Like not she would get bored of them, but just trying new things. Maybe like making it and then giving it to her friends, see what they
Oh
think.
yeah.
But
You
definitely,
is definitely very much in that mindset.
Definitely very
yeah. So I feel
healthy
like she
as
just,
well.
yeah, she would definitely have a broad range of things. I feel.
Mhm.
Can I take a moment to
All
talk
right,
about a yo thing?
no.
Okay.
Unless it's she's best girl.
Well, I mean,
We have to
it's
talk about Soup's thing.
yes.
Okay, I'll go and then you can talk about your Yo thing because I will always hear about Yo. I love her. What would be in Mari's fridge? Well, they kind of previewed that in season 1 where she had like all those expensive like fishes and stuff and she was telling them the price of how much a stew shine costs or whatever. So
Mhm.
not to harp on the whole Mari's rich thing, but like I feel like it would be kind of a shock to open her fridge and it's like, "Oh my god. Oh yeah, that's my gold that's my caviar with gold flakes scraped on top. Don't mind that."
Yeah, yeah, like
Yeah.
some real fancy bullshit that like it's like, oh, this was crafted by 8 artisans who went up to the mountains in Mount Fuji and
Yeah.
gathered snowflakes from the top.
It's like a 150-year-old cheese wheel and she like just takes the cheese wheel out of her fridge and takes a big bite out of it.
She has like wine inside next to it that's like 400 years old.
Yeah. Totally. And then like contrast to that totally, it's like she opens her fridge and there's just like a bunch of Pop Tarts. Or not Pop Tarts, a bunch of pizza pops, and that's it.
Right next to the wine.
Yep. All right.
But which does she grab for more often?
You know, depends on the fanfic you're writing.
So Khan's ass got it.
Well,
Anyways, go ahead,
Lily, what were you saying?
or Lily.
Oh no, it wasn't much. It was just talking about yo and food. It's so weird how the dub changed yoki soba into nice oodles.
Oh,
I feel like they did that
dumb.
because they like for English audiences they would be like, "What the fuck is yakisoba?"
Hmm. I will always like respect an anime that tries to Englishnize something
Hmm.
because I think it's always like one, it makes for an interesting experience as like a viewer to go back and find those differences. And then two, I don't think it hurts anyone to like have these random oddities, right? Like I think everyone heard the jelly
I
donuts
was
line and
just
was
about to
like, what
say
the
that.
hell is going on there? But like those lines are so rare and so much more often I think the story is made better by those things. But that's like a whole translation conversation that we
Yeah,
should have later.
for sure. Yakisoba is fucking delicious, by the way.
I've never had it.
Never had it.
If you guys ever
Me neither.
chance to go to a Japanese restaurant, oh my god, it's so fucking good. Like veggie
It has like
yakisoba.
meat in it,
Ooh.
right?
You can get different kinds.
Okay.
There's this one place that I always go to, and oh man, it is like next level good. Anywho,
Hmm.
that's it, I guess.
Hmm.
Now that we know what's in all of our characters'
Yay.
fridges, we can sleep well and happy.
Yes, we can.
We can all go write
It's not
about
a bad
that.
idea, honestly.
Yeah, next group
Make a
fic,
little
dude.
short
Let's go.
story about Yo cooking for Rico.
I mean,
Hell yeah!
Oh, I
I've
thought you were
already
gonna
written
say
down
like
the
yo
prompt.
cooking for Aquars, man. You had to make it a ship thing.
Yep, he already did it. I'm writing it down right now.
Shit.
Yep.
I mean,
All right, no.
Listen, I know how it
Listen, I'll
works.
get my Dia Yo fic out first. Son of a bitch,
Dia yo, that's a rare pair.
Where Diet's burning
dude.
cookies or what?
Dia Yo has to be like okay. This is sorry, off topic. Off topic. Fallen,
Yeah.
Fallen,
What do you want? Yes.
wake
we
up.
gotta end the podcast now.
It's only 2 a.m. Come on. Wait, what time is it for you, Fallen? It's like 10 a.m., right?
It's in the afternoon.
1 p.m., 1:30 p.m.
Yeah, around
Ah,
there.
good.
Yep. God, you're like 13 hours ahead of me. That is fucked.
Mhm.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'd be asleep at that time.
Nice sleep schedules you guys have.
Yeah, it's not great.
All right, so I'm supposed to end that off now.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for coming to the podcast. Thank you for listening to the podcast. Thank you, Lilium, for taking your time to join the
Yeah,
podcast.
anytime. I loved it.
And yeah, and we'll see you next time, I guess. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.